Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and I got a chance to check out The Flash over the weekend. This is one of my most anticipated films of the year. So this is get one thing out of the way. What did I think about this film? Well, I would give this film about a 7 out of 10. And the reason for that, and I'm going to try to not do any spoilers. I'm going to try to stay spoiler free, make this a pretty decently quick review. But I think this film is worth checking out in the theater. I absolutely do. I think it looks great up on the big screen. And, there are some cameos in this film, at certain parts of the film. And I think without really going into any kind of spoilers, I think one of the things that knocks this film down for me a little bit is the fact that, leading into this, you really saw, with the trailers on the TV and with the merchandise in the store, because again, I'm a toy guy, so check out the toy aisle all the time. Then things were really heavily focused on Michael Keaton's Batman. Seeing the '89 Batman again on the big screen is a big deal. I think, again, without doing any spoilers of what happens in the film, I think I would have liked to just seen him used a little bit more. I don't think that they utilized him to the full potential of what they could have in this film. I would have liked to have seen for as much as they really this is a Flash film. This is not a Batman film. But for the amount that they focused on him being in this film, I would have liked to have seen just a little bit, utilize him just a little bit more. I mean, just in case this is his last go around as Batman, as Bruce Wayne, come on, let this really go all in. And it does hit the nostalgia feels. I mean, you see the Batwing, you see the Batmobile, and it's cool seeing him in the Batman suit. That all works, and that's cool. I just would have liked to have seen a little bit more. Now, speaking a little bit more, you have to excuse me, I cannot think of the actress's name, but the actress that plays Supergirl, I think she was great. I would love to see her come back and play this role again at some point. Again, just like with Batman, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more from her character, because when she's on screen, she kicks all kinds of butt. She's awesome, but she's not. Really, not too many. I'm not trying to get into too many spoilers, but she's not on there. She's not in the film enough to make me happy. Put it that way. She's just not in the film enough to make me happy. I would like to see a little bit more of her, because I think she's just great. I think she really fit the role. And I've never seen her in anything before, but I think she did a pretty darn good, solid job as Kara, aka Supergirl. And I really would like to have seen more from her. Now, the beginning of the film, obviously, we see Ben Affleck as Batman, which is just great. I am a big Ben Affleck fan. And Batfleck. I love Batfleck. He's my favorite Batman. Love him as Batman. Now, I think for the time that he's on the screen as well, I think it's great. I love it. If this is his last opportunity to be Batman, which most likely it probably will be, unfortunately. I think it was a pretty good scene. A couple good scenes that he was in. Okay, there are some other cameos at the beginning of the film, and cameos later on in the film as well, which we won't get into because any spoilers. But let's talk about the end credit scene. There is one end credit scene that, if you stay for it, great. If not, you're not missing anything. It's not adding anything to the film, not adding anything to the plot itself. It's kind of like just a throwaway, kind of like have a little bit of fun type of thing, with the end credit. But overall, I mean, like I said, I think for me, it's a 7 out of 10, and it looked great in the theater. I just would have liked to have seen. There's just something that kind of brought it down for me. Like I said, Ezra Miller is fine as the Flash, as Barry Allen. I think he's great. I would have liked to have seen more from Michael Keaton. Would have liked to see more from Supergirl. I think I would have liked to see more from both of those characters. Overall, and I think Ezra Miller, speaking of Ezra Miller, I think considering that a lot of this movie, a big portion of this movie is him working with himself, because we have present day Barry, and we have past Barry. I think that works good, and I think the CGI or how they did it, I think that they did a really good job. I mean, it's them talking to one another is like seamless. Like, it works really, really good. It's excellent. So, like I said, this film, it's a good film. I've heard people say, "Oh, this is like the best superhero film of all time." I wouldn't go that far. I don't think this is the best superhero film of of all time. I would not even put this in my top 10 probably for like best superhero films of all time. But it's still a pretty solid film. If this is the last go around for a lot of these characters in these particular roles, I think this was a pretty good, you know, pretty good ending to this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what James Gunn does, with the DC, um, DCU, DCEU, wherever whatever he's calling it nowadays. Things keep changing with DC all the time. Things could change tomorrow. Who knows? But like I said, I still think this is a pretty solid film. To check out. I know it under didn't perform well at the box office as much as what people were thinking, over the weekend. But I still think it's worth checking out. And like I said, just understand going in that, if you're really hoping this is going to be, 50-50 with, 50% Flash, 50%, Batman, Michael Keaton, yeah, you're not going to get that. He's still cool and it hits all the right notes when he's on there. Just would have liked to have seen just a little bit more from him, and especially from Supergirl. I think she was freaking awesome, awesome in this film. From what for she, filling in, for my boy Henry Cavill as as Superman, which I would have loved to have seen Henry Cavill. It still hurts that he's not, going to be the Man of Steel anymore. I think she does a pretty great job. She's really good. I would like to see her come back again in this role at some point. But yeah, just if you want to, if you're looking for something to go check out the theater that's new, go check out The Flash. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. There are some, little comedic scenes here and there. When the two Barrys are talking to one another, and there's definitely there's some little touchy feely kind of moments there. Kind of gets you, especially when with Barry, going back. Again, it's no surprise. We know from we know exactly what the plot is. Him going back in time, trying to save his mom, causing the Flashpoint, basically, and that's definitely it definitely gets you. It definitely gets you with the feels with those particular scenes. So yeah, go check out The Flash. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Just understand, if you're looking for a lot more from particular characters, you might not get just that. So like, subscribe, and comment for the chance, and I will catch you in another episode. Take care.